Welcome to the world of modern gaming. You're gonna most certainly hate it here, and you're probably mostly gonna discover games that have already been out for 10 years, but you're only now discovering them. And that's okay. So let's get a couple of things straight before we hop into this. First of all, you're gonna have to be an absolute nerd to progress in any game. The challenges you're gonna face are gonna be absolutely awful. Second thing, you'll have to sell your left kidney to even afford the games, and you're gonna have to pay your right kidney for battle passes and other microtransactions in the games you actually download. This is modern gaming. So let's start with the game selection. What do you have to choose from? Well, there's hundreds of good games and millions of bad games. All new exciting games are either overpriced hyper-realistic sequels like Far Cry 6, GTA 6, Halo Infinite, or God forbid, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. If you want a game that's not expensive, your good options are basically Lethal Company, and probably Lethal Company. Seriously though, this game is the funniest shit ever. But maybe you don't have money to spend on games. Well, you might as well get out. But if you still want to play games, let me introduce you to Fortnite. A game where if you play it, you will be called a 7-year-old, if you don't have any skins, you'll be cyberbullied, and if you don't win a game, you'll be called a bot. And if you win a game, you'll be called a cheater. If that doesn't sound appealing, let me introduce you to another free game. Roblox. This game is all about you having to choose between millions of other games which are almost all bad and copied from another developer. But if you choose to still play Roblox, you will be called a 3-year-old. If you only play Roblox experiences supposed to simulate an expensive, higher quality game, you'll be called a broke boy. And if you buy stuff for Robux, you have just not found a game that suits you yet, and so you just go all in on Roblox, which, you know, that's okay. If you're looking to make your own game, there's hundreds of so-called sandbox games where you can make your so-called own games. These things are essentially okay menus to navigate, to build your own character, make your own world, and then get about 30% of the game revenue. Yeah, just try learning how to code if you're making your own game. Occasionally, Epic Games and Steam will give out free games to you, so if you're a PC player, you will eventually realize that you have two massive libraries filled with games that you will never play, and just added in case you for one day feel like you want to play some Cat Quest. I've actually got a few hours on Cat Quest, and it's actually kind of fire. Like, no hate to this game, I've generally played it for quite some time. These free games are almost always games that just aren't being sold that well, and are often just pretty mid games to make you inspired to buy the sequel to it. If you're playing on a console, you might as well just stop playing games. All the games on the consoles are overpriced and terribly optimized for something like a PlayStation 4. Oh, and also not to mention that online gameplay is locked behind stuff like PlayStation Plus and Nintendo Switch Online. Seriously, Minecraft's own online feature is locked by Nintendo's own Nintendo Switch Online. I know you're not responsible for the online servers, Nintendo. Stop trying to steal money from kids. Speaking of memberships, every company and their moms are gonna try their best to make you purchase a monthly Game Pass, where you get access to a few good games and a lot of extra games that were just added to provide some sort of value for you. Oh, and then of course those games will also of course have their own battle passes and so on. If you've finally found a game that's fun, you'll quickly realize that every game company is obsessed with shoving boxes up your ass. Every game is obsessed with shoving big boxes that they like to call UI right in your face. So you have no idea how to navigate to a certain game mode that you want to play. Speaking of game modes, every single game has, apart from their own game modes, also their own community games, which will make you feel like you don't know what the game you're playing is about. I mean, there is FNAF Survival in Fortnite. Why the fuck? The final thing you should note before hopping into a game is that all game chat will either be completely dead, or you're gonna be called a or a. All too bad words for me to not get demonetized and cancelled. So if you're ready to hop into modern gaming head first, you need to be a big nerd, have basically no clue what grass is, and also be ready to spend a shit ton of money.